So it's great to welcome you here this morning. First of all, just tell us about what life was like when lockdown started for you.
Well, for me, it was really difficult. I was on my own, wasn't able to see my family, felt really lonely at times, and obviously very conscious that it was difficult for lots of people that I was in contact with on the phone. And we didn't know how long it was going to last, or what the circumstances were going to be a few months on. And I think Jane had a similar experience as well.
Yeah, lockdown was extremely difficult. I lost my first husband in January 2019. I was planning to go out to Japan, Hong Kong to see my daughters in March 2020, and then we're in lockdown. Living by myself, I wasn't in a bubble. However, I've got lots of friends, but yeah, it was just extremely difficult.
So you didn't know each other when lockdown started. So here you are, one of the church's newest married couples together, very, very happy and in love. So how has God done a new thing in your lives? How did God bring you together?
Well, Jane went on Christian Connection, an online dating organisation, back in the summer last year, didn't you? And I gather you were just about to come off, and I just joined in December. So there was the scenario that God brought us together through that dating site. I think it was quite amazing that literally I'd just gone on there, and Jane was just about to come off. She hadn't really met anybody that she thought was going to be suitable, shall we say, quote unquote. I don't know whether you want to say any bit more about that.
Yeah, basically lockdown was extremely lonely. Obviously I was trying to get over the grief of losing my husband, and I'd been happily married, and I desperately needed a new partner, really. A very, that's the top and bottom of it. And I was due to come off Christian Connection just within a few weeks when Michael messaged me, and straight away we just seemed to hit it off. And yeah, that was December 2020, and we ended up getting married in August 2021, i.e. last month. Yeah. I'm not saying it's been easy. Basically, my mum started being really ill in the January 2021 and ended up dying in April. Just before that I was diagnosed with breast cancer as well. But God has been extremely faithful, and yeah, it's just... not long after my husband died, I responded to a message at the church I was going to, and it was from Job, and it was about God blessing Job at the end of his life more than at the beginning. And that day I stood there in tears, literally in tears, and held up my hand and said, God, give me the faith to believe you could do this in my life. And I really didn't believe it at that time, but God did give me that faith and give me that hope. And I know he can do it for other people.
The thing that attracted me to Jane was just a faith through very difficult circumstances. One of her mottos, or the thing that's really important to her, is making the most of each day. And we try and live that out, don't we? And as Jane said, God's been so faithful to me as well. Here we are, sort of, lockdown's easing a little bit, and I know it's really difficult for so many people at the moment still, and we're still a little bit unsure about the future, but through it all, I feel God's been there for me. And bringing Jane into my life is a new season, a new hope, a new beginning, and an opportunity to build a life together. When we got married, there was lots of pictures, as in prophetic words into our lives about two becoming one and working together as a team for the glorifying God's kingdom, and we're holding on to that for the future as well.
I think another important thing is, obviously we're human, we make mistakes, and we're readjusting to living with each other. But we do pray every day that God will be right in the centre, i.e. a threefold cord is not easily broken, and we do keep asking God. Honestly, there's lots of adjustments, you know, because Michael's been by himself about 7 years, I've been by myself nearly 3 years. But yeah, we're better together than apart, and yeah, God has just been really faithful. We just cry out in our weakness, and God's just, yeah. Even now, my daughter's just gone back to Hong Kong and she's quarantining for 3 weeks in a hotel room all by herself, and we just keep praying. God's already answered prayers in that respect, hasn't he?
Yeah. And we're very conscious of other people praying for us and praying with us and supporting us. And the church community has been wonderful. The staff team has been wonderful. The house groups are very supportive. So I'd encourage people on the fringes, if you don't know anything about SCBC, come along, get to know us, we'll get to know you, and we'll try and support you in your faith journey. So that's what I would say.
It's all about being part of God's family, and yeah, we're far better together than just trying to struggle by yourself.